Did you know that if you're going through the green card process based on marriage, sometimes the US immigration might come to your house for a surprise visit? How often does this happen? Hello everybody and welcome back to Immigration Channel. This is where we explain complex immigration matters in short, simple videos. This is where we explain complex immigration matters in short, simple videos. We make immigration simple. In this video, we'll talk about USCIS home visits, surprise home visits. When do they happen? Who is in charge of these visits? And how to prepare in case USCIS show up at your home. Before we do that, if you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos, and also give us a big like so YouTube will be able to show this video to more people just like you. As always, if you need my help with any of your immigration matters, all you have to do is send me a text message, 619-483-4549. We're here to help you. So a few years ago, the U.S. Immigration Service, USCIS, Fraud Detection National Security Directorate, also known as FDNS. This is a unit within the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, FDNS. And this unit is responsible for conducting site visits, both for employers, companies when they investigate visa cases like H-1B, but also for home visits when they investigate I-130 marriage cases. The reason they do that is if they suspect that there's fraud in the relationship, something was off at the interview, they will send officers to the house to verify whether the information provided at the interview actually checks out and is authentic. The FDNS operates the Fraud Detection National Security Data System. This system manages and tracks information that is related for cases under review. So for example, if your case is pulled under review and you're wondering why it's taking so long to process, it's because your case is in that system, they're tracking it, they're passing information, verifying things, and eventually will send somebody to your house to verify the data that they're trying to collect on you. The system generates reports, and these reports are distributed to different agencies depending on the severity of the case. Some of these goes to the FBI, some of these reports go to ICE, and some of these reports go to the State Department to let them know that they have suspicion something is happening and for them to conduct further reviews. So let's talk about surprise home visits. When do they happen and how do they happen? The FDNS will conduct home visits as part of their investigations on cases. So when you go for your I-130 first marriage interview, they'll ask you some questions, and based on your answers, they'll decide whether your case will go through without any problems, you'll be approved, or they'll refer your case for further investigation. And just so you know, every officer has a fraud referral sheet where they have different factors that will determine whether your case will be referred for further investigation. For example, if there's a large age gap in the relationship, for example, let's say over 15 years, and there are now other factors to support the relationship, this case will be referred for investigation. Other cases where the couples are living apart, or they've never met their family members, or any other red flags, pictures looked, or the pictures that they provide to the officers look like they're fake, or there's not enough family members in those pictures. So anything like that will be referred for further investigation, and as part of that investigation, U.S. officers will go to the house to check who's living in the house. Are there the clothes of the couple together in the house? To see if there's any suspicious information that they can take pictures and report back to the officers investigating the case to see if it's in fact a real case or there is truth to the fact that it's not a real marriage case. And part of these investigations, the officers may come a few times. They come maybe in the morning, they'll come back in the evening to see if the couple goes home to the same house, how often do they go back home. You know, these investigations could be a one-time visit. Sometimes they will come back a few times and they'll check and investigate and see whether there is a real relationship there or not. So what happens at a site visit? Typically when FDNS officers show up at your house, they will identify themselves, they give you their badge number and their name, and they will ask you questions about your name and verify your identity. They will ask for permission to enter the residence, and once they do, and again, you have the choice not to let them in, and in that case, they either will get a warrant, depends on the severity of the case, or they'll note that in the conclusion of the case, refusal to let the officer into the house could result in denial of your case, because the officers are going to say, well, we had no other way to verify this relationship and therefore we're denying the case. You enter the house and they ask you questions. They'll ask you questions about the relationship. They want to see certain things in the house. They'll make notes and they're going to use those notes to send back to the officer actually investigating the case, and then they try to match the answers and match the information that were provided in the interview. And the result, they'll make a conclusion whether they're going to approve the case or deny it. FDNS investigations are on the rise, especially for couples that actually go through interviews. As you know, quite a few cases are getting their interviews waived. And in this case, those investigations might take at the removal of condition stage, 2 years after you get your green card, or in many cases, right now, FDNS is conducting those investigations during the citizenship stage, because some couples got their interviews waived during the green card process, so now they're going to be investigated when they apply for citizenship. Remember, they can investigate you all the way until you become a US citizen. So remember, investigations and home visits are definitely on the rise. What you can do is, when you go for your first interview, make sure you're well prepared. Provide all the documents to show that you are in a bona fide relationship. Make sure that you provide all the information that the officer is asking you during the time of the interview. And if there's not enough information, you can always let them know that you're willing to provide more information if they need it. And even if there is a home visit, not to worry. As long as you are in a bona fide real relationship, you have nothing to worry about. Those visits are fairly fast, and once they verify that you're in a real relationship, they'll let you go and provide a favorable recommendation to the investigating officers. Once again, hopefully this information is valuable to you. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below. And as always, if you need help with your immigration matter, all you have to do is send me a text, 619-483-4549. I'm here to help you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.